Hey guys, Greg Fraser here with a do-it-yourself moment. This video is going out to our good friend Bob. He's also my landlord at the same time. So he's been asking for stuff to help with his rotator cuff. There's a lot of things that you guys can do at home. Today I'm going to show you something that will really help you. I use this. You can make it. You can buy an expensive tool that has a pivot on top and a little glove that goes in. All I'm doing is taking a Swiffer, okay? Which is great because you can adjust it. They're super cheap. You can get them for 10 bucks or somebody has one. All right. What you want is that sort of pivot on top that's here. I put a clean Swiffer on top just so I'm not dealing with, it's a dry Swiffer, so I'm not dealing with anything special. All I'm going to do here, and this is going to help your rotator cuff massively. This is a range of motion technique. All you need is a little bit of tape. I find that electrical tape's good because it's stretchy. Just start on one side, okay? Put your fingers in. You'll see how I'm going here. And I don't need much. Spread the fingers apart a bit. So if I'm holding on here, I sort of like to go around through my thumb and then back in. Not a big tape job. So this is if I'm saying that my left hand is bad, okay? So I'm gonna bring this over. You can see this. A couple ways I can do this. So the first one is just warming up. Now if you just have a stick, just put your hand at the top of the stick. The reason this is good is because it's going to give you that rotational motion, and if you don't have full rotation, your wrist can adjust as well. So I want to be able to do this, okay? First thing is just to lift that shoulder all the way. And I like this because I can tip my fingers over top, and I can lift this up, get a nice stretch, and I can bring it out. Notice how I'm pushing that arm to elongation, and I can really push it, get it to stretch overhead, okay? I can move my wrist in different ways. I can rotate my wrist here, okay? I'm bringing it down. I can use scoops. Scoops are nice to really push out and let it lift to that range that usually guys that have locked shoulder, okay? Watch for rotating forward because that's usually a problem that you already have. So we want external rotation for most of what you're doing. All right, so just taking this stick, I can basically place it on anything here. We happen to be up rooftop, so from here, I'm gonna get so that I've got this rotation here, okay? What I wanna do is just bring that arm through a range of motion, focusing primarily on moving from the shoulder and not pulling from the hand, okay? So moving from the shoulder all the way, Amy. Right? Not pushing from the hand, okay? Good. So I'm going this motion. Sorry if this kind of ends up we're really close, or it's just because we're trying out this new camera system. So that's brand new to both of us, okay? Good. If I'm switching over here, for instance, on the ground, other good stuff is I'm working my thumb to my hip. Thumb to the hip, right? I can use it against any backstop, thumb to hip. I can move it anywhere where I have a corner. Even the adjustment, see, straight forward, straight back. Forward into a downward press. Here, anywhere where I'm retracting this elbow backwards, right? See that motion. Again, seated. If I'm seated, I could use my foot as a backstop right here. And I could reach, so if I'm going to the outside of my foot, I can reach as far out with this, bring it back, work this range of motion, tuck it in, really reaching out. These are moves that you'd have a lot of difficulty with if you didn't have this base support and pivot. Also, as you're doing, think of rotating those wrists, adding that sort of whip motion right here, okay? Pulling back, getting that elbow back, get it behind you. If I can't, push it behind, okay? Get that stretch. All of these motions are great. So scoop out, lift up, okay? Try not to go when you have it too far behind yourself at first, but just up in front of so you can still look up and see it, all right? If I'm here, just pressing it out. If I'm just simply here doing that rotator cuff exercise, I've got this rotator, you're looking here, I'm pushing, opening, and I'm counter resisting against my own force rather than a band or an assisted weight. So this is a great tool where you can control, okay? If I'm here and I'm working against my own resistance, I'm working up, pushing it down. I'm getting controlled resistance. So I'm also working my right shoulder, counter resistance. You've got this counter resistance, bring it up, lift it up, bring it down, press, okay, flatten it. Right? Once I get here, I can then drop my elbow, putting that pressure down to my body. So this scoop in. See how I'm using this elbow, pull down and in. The other position is bringing your elbow into your hip. If I have tighter tape, okay, I can do this flexibility wise. But if I went a couple of wraps around, I had some problems. Now the key is I want to keep my elbow semi-attached to this post, okay? So if I can keep this elbow against this post, then I can bring this elbow across, okay? And out, around, across, or into this hip by dropping the shoulder, bringing it around. This rotation as well is a good thing. So I'm bringing this in, elbow inside. I can also assist by tucking and doing this exercise or winding all the way through. So this is a really simple tool. It's just Swiffer. Did I say tool? I don't know what accent that came from. So this is a really, really easy tool to make. You get it for 10 bucks. Put a new one on top. Piece of tape. Okay. You've got all of these rotations. Remembering with the rotator cuff, just simply put in your feet, outside your foot. Okay. Rotating that arm behind. Again, I've got the outside opening. One other one is bringing the shoulder in as though I'm lifting above and then letting it drop behind. See this? So look at this fulcrum point I'm doing. I'm not going like a bench press. It's going over my shoulder socket. So I'm laying arc over and behind. So if I'm doing this, it's coming over and putting my elbow in my back pocket. All right? So this is a really simple thing. Swiffer, do-it-yourself guys, for shoulder rotation, great for fighters, boxers, pretty much anybody over the age of 45. You probably have some sort of rotator cuff injury at some point. So here's your do-it-yourself. It'll save you guys. Again, one other thing, if I don't have this, I can just use a stick, okay? Do my stretches, assist my rotator cuff. I recommend that you put something in if you haven't started this to keep that elbow locked here. So when you're going, use that and use your counter force, okay? Again, I can bring this back. Counter force is going upward here. I'm driving it back just above my shoulder, and then I drop my elbow back. This is pushing my hand backwards, right? Over, pivot, down behind, or over, lift it, push up, right? All excellent. I'm going with forward pressure to get your resistance and upward diagonal pressure to keep that out of resistance. All right, let me give you, since you have this, some additional ones. Bring it over the head for you guys that are beginning. Strike out. Okay, bring it over the head. Strike out. Bring it over the head. Strike out. If you have a partner to do this with, strike the sticks between each other. Now we're adding the Jing Shan to it. Once you get so that you can do that, you want to bring it, rotate down onto your shoulders, back up, let it go down. If you let your shoulders just hang and swing, okay, just hold your weapon or whatever and swing, good for loosening up the shoulders. Once you can go to here, then you want to start bringing it down, right, and back up. If you're feeling really good, sorry about the cars, you're going to keep the arms locked up and bring it down and back up. I'll bend my arms there. It's a little white, so down and back out. Okay, you can see that shoulder pinching. One additional thing that you can do is work on bringing those elbows together. If you can't put your knuckles to your temples and you can't bring your elbows together, you need to do it, and you don't have anyone to work with, start off with one turned in, or start off with one against the wall, and then work on pushing yourself in to touch. If you have somebody to help you, have them squeeze those elbows, pull them in, and then when you get to that tucked across side, try to push yourself off the wall, push it out. So this is just a short rotator cuff exercise. Again, Swiffer guys, you can get it done. Try it out. Let me know what you think. And Swiffer, you owe me because you're now in the fitness business. All right. Talk to you soon.